Are you Dad?
Yeah.
Come on up.
This is Mark.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for coming.
Yes, sir.
Um, the most important thing, I think, is that we learn self-control, number one. Number two, that he graduates from high school.
Yes, sir.
And I will make you a deal. The minute you get your high school diploma, we'll take you off.
Yes, sir.
This is Mr. Strong.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. Judge, I believe the state is moving from a sort of a family member to a plain assault.
This is a big deal. A really, really big deal. With an assault of a family member, there is an affirmative finding of family violence. And what that means, if you ever pick up another one, you're looking at a third-degree felony, a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison, because they can use one plus another one to make them into a felony offense. Do you understand? So you need to be very careful. I would say 95% of the people that are in jail now are there because they have no self-control. They get upset, they wig out, and they do whatever they want to do without thinking of, if I do this, what's going to happen? If I say this, what's going to happen? And that's what you need to do.
Family's teaching that, yes, sir.
It's not hard. That's what we're going to do now, to try to give you the tools so that you think in the future of consequence. If I do this, what's going to happen? Do you understand? What you're doing now is you're entering into what's called a deferred adjudication. That is a type of probation that if you complete it successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. It's the next best thing to a dismissal, but it's not dismissed. You can't, if you complete it, you can't tell people it was dismissed. You just do the probation, you complete it successfully, and you don't end up with a conviction. Do you understand? For you to complete it successfully, you must do what's called a TRAS. That's an evaluation to see what conditions you may need. If they assess conditions, you must fulfill those. No drugs, no alcohol, mental health caseload, and to get your GED. That is probably one of the most important things out of this. Sure.
I am still doing online school at the moment. I graduate this June.
Great. You're going now faithfully? Okay. It's really, really important. You can't go through life without a minimum, a high school diploma, because you will earn, I promise you, you will get menial, meaning you won't get a good job at a minimum with a high school diploma. There is a correlation, a curve. The more schooling you have, the more money you make. That's life. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. That's why the more education you have, the harder something is, the more money you make. You understand? Are you Dad?
Yeah.
Come on up.
This is Mark.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for coming.
Yes, sir.
The most important thing, I think, is that we learn self-control, number one. Number two, that he graduates from high school.
Yes, sir.
And I will make you a deal. The minute you get your high school diploma, we'll take you off.
Yes, sir.
There's no need for you to be on this thing for an entire year. All you need to do, learn so that you don't come back and get your high school diploma. And once you do that, we'll terminate you. It's never about the money. I don't care about the money. We'll waive all your fees. I can't pay for outside vendor stuff. As far as stuff here, we'll take it off so you don't have to owe anything.
Sir, do I have to call Mr. Dixon when I get it to let him know?
Well, no, because we'll have you report directly with probation. You have to understand, though, that you give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You're giving up, you're saying you don't want a trial, you don't want to talk to witnesses, confront and cross-examine the people who are accusing you. You can't appeal this thing. Once you accept this agreement, you're entering into a contract with us. This is an agreement. You either complete it successfully, or if you don't, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest and you're looking at a whole year in jail. You understand? Meaning, if you don't do your stuff on time, if you pick up a new case, if you consume illegal drugs like marijuana, if you consume alcohol, these things will land you back in jail.
Sorry.
I'm going to bring you out. We're going to have a hearing. If they prove it to me that you violated this agreement, you're looking at a whole year in jail. You understand?
The smartest thing for me.
Who's the complaining witness in this
His
case?
father, Judge. Right here.
So I don't want you to have threatening, harassing contact with dad. You know, we all get upset with our dad, but I mean, he's here for you. If he didn't care about you, he wouldn't be here. Do you know how many kids I see here that have no parents here at all? Be happy that you have a father because you only get one. And sometimes they're going to disagree with you. They're going to. It's just a matter of time. But if you get upset, find another release, find another outlet, go beat up a tree. I have a friend who's got a calcified knuckle. It looks like a humongous nipple because it's so big. Because when he gets upset, he goes outside and punches trees. That's what he does. His knuckle is literally this. Find a release, not on a person. Do you understand? All right. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm not going to find you guilty. I'm going to wait. I'm going to give you a year. But once you graduate high school, I'll cut you loose.
Sir.
No dope, no alcohol. All right. Good luck, my friend. All right. If you need anything, if he starts acting up, come back, let us know. We'll take care of business. Be nice. It's not hard. Okay, guys. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Have a
Okay.
comment, please, and I'll come back.
You were Edgar Manzano.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Manzano, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. Second offense. You're facing up to a year in jail and a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 180 days in jail to be probated for 15 months. You need to understand something, and let me make this loud and clear for you. This is now a second DWI. You pick up another one, what happens?
Felony.
Right. Minimum 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. And you don't have to be falling down piss ass drunk for them to file a felony on you. All you need, because they're going to look at your record, you get pulled over, just strong odor of alcohol. That's all they're going to need. And then boom. That's it.
Only 20 years old, Judge.
Freaking 20. When was the first one?
It was last year, Judge, in Magnolia, in Montgomery County.
Done? How are you? Even if you've had a sip of alcohol, I would never, even if you're 72, get behind the wheel because you're only going to hose yourself. If I find that you test positive while you're on this probation, I'm going to put you in a rehab facility. Do you understand? I want him tested a lot. He has two bond violations.
He's got an ankle monitor on him, Judge. And he would prefer to keep that.
I'm not taking it off.
Yes.
Right. You will be required to have this cram while you're on this probation. I can't pay for it though, so get ready. You know,
How much that cost, Judge? $350 a month?
East.
Understand?
Not allowed to drive either. I'm suspending your license for a year. Do you understand? Mr. Manzano, you're giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal once you accept this agreement. You can never change this, undo this. You are stuck with this for the rest of your life. Do you understand?
Yes.
I want you to understand something. You have 2 bond violations and you've only been on bond for roughly around 180 days. Get ready because you test positive one time. I will issue a warrant for your arrest. Number 1, you're looking at 180 days, but you will stay. It's not going to go well. A minimum of 9 months in a treatment facility. If you respond well to treatment, up to a year and a half in a facility in the jail. Do you understand? To successfully complete this thing. Has he already done a TRAS, Shatori?
Not yet.
You must do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what conditions you may need. If they assess further conditions, you must follow those conditions. Do you understand? They may say residential treatment due to the fact that you have one DWI not long ago, you have now another DWI, now you've got two bond violations. They may say residential treatment. So get ready. A DWI repeat offender education class, 3 victim impact panels, 90 20 Alcoholics Anonymous meetings. I say we like get that done pretty quick, you know, because he has a real recent violation. So let's do maybe 3 per week for the first now, starting up now, 3 a week.
You could do more. You could do that. Yeah. They have them there.
Well, no. I'm doing this in a specific way so that it lasts for a long time. I don't want you to do all of them at one time. I want to do 3 a week, and that's how we're going to do it because I want them to last for a long time. I don't want you to do them all in 1 or 2 weeks. No. Do you understand? We are going to craft a plan for you. I'm going to have you meet with clinicians. You're going to be evaluated to see how we go forward because, Mr. Manzano, I don't know you. I've never met you before. All I know is how you look on paper, and it just doesn't look good for a 20-year-old. So the idea is that we craft a plan so you don't kill someone out there and end up with a 40-year sentence because that happened not 3 days ago. Do you understand? No drugs, no alcohol, no breath test refusal, meaning that if you're pulled over in a car and an officer asks you to submit to a breath test, you must do it. If you don't, you're in violation of this probation. $100 one-time donation to Mothers Against Drunk Driving, 30 hours of community service, and a guardian interlock. Are you in high school now? What are you doing? Did you graduate from high school?
Yes.
Okay.
Judge, you said guardian interlock?
Right. So what happens is we have this order that we send to the Texas Department of Public Safety so that DPS in Austin puts something in their system so that every officer in the state knows that if you're pulled over, you're supposed to have a guardian interlock. So if you're driving a car that doesn't have a breath test device and they see you driving without it, they're going to arrest you.
He has no driver's license, Judge.
So this is what we'll do is we're now making another condition that he's to get his driver's license. Are you here with permission in this country?
No, he's not, Judge.
Okay, so then he can't get his license.
He'll never get a license.
You need to understand one more thing. You were lucky to be out. You go to jail and immigration finds you, they're going to put a detainer on you. Do you understand? So you have a lot to lose.
You still wanted him to get a guardian interlock?
Well, yes, we're going to do the order so that DPS knows it. But what we'll do is we'll have him with the scram. Okay. How do you plead to the offense, sir? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to send you to all these conditions. Get ready because I'm going to follow what the TRAS says. And whatever it says, that's what we're going to do. Do you understand? Okay. All right, guys.
Thank you.
So just wave the skis, you know, and to me, I don't care about the money. It's never about the money. It's you doing what you say you're going to do and doing it the right way. That's what I care about. All I'm trying to do is prevent someone from dying on our roads because we don't need it. And you don't need to go to jail for 40 years because I'm telling you, every single day, someone dies from a DWI in our county. It's disgusting. Don't. When it's so easy, all you have to do is one freaking button on your phone, $30 will take you anywhere you need to go in this county. How much money have you spent the last 3 years on DWIs? When $30. Do you know what I mean? Hit the flipping button next time. For the next 15 months, your butt's mine though. You test positive, I'm going to light you up. Do you understand? All right. Good luck.